Hello, YouTube. How is it going? I started talking before I went live. Of course, I did that. How are you? How is your week going so far? For a while, we've had our back alley where our driveway is closed because of construction. And we went to the grocery store today and they were still working on the alley, and then we came back, like, 25 minutes later, and our alley was open, so I'm pretty sure they're done working in our alley, which is really nice because it's right before winter, and I didn't wanna have to go on a hike with our groceries, like, a block with all of our groceries on, like, slidey sidewalks trying to get it back to our house because we couldn't just park in our driveway. Excuse me. So we're really excited that our driveway is open again. I know that's such an exciting update. Hey Anastasia, how are ya? And Mr. Rangelab, how's it going? Today I'm excited to do a video from Ray Higdon. He just posted this video 8 days ago. Hey Nilkita, how's it going? It's lovely to see you. And it's about a woman who for 17 years made less money than went into debt for network marketing. She went into debt for 17 years, and it's just so shocking to me because she's being praised for it. She's being praised for it, and I'm thinking, in what world are we being praised for debt, right? It's the little things, like an open driveway that can make your day. Exactly, and we want to do some work on our car before winter that we need our driveway for, right? Because we have some rust on the inside of our is it wheel well? And we need to raise the car up, take the wheel off, and then do the rust treatment. And we wanted to do that before winter, obviously, and we need our driveway because we're not doing that in the street. So we're really happy so we can do that work on our car before it's minus a million degrees out. So we're gonna watch this video. I have it at 1.25 speed because I feel like Ray talks really slowly, but if it's too fast, let me know and we can put it at normal speed. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
But I'd like to bring out my first guest here, Ms. Amy Murphy. Amy Murphy, you're on camera. There she is. Amy, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. So I remember I heard your story. I didn't fully grasp it. And then when you came to my event, that's when you actually told me like the full story. And please, correct me here. You told me that you had been in a bunch of different network marketing companies for like, I believe 17 years, had never made more money than you had spent. Your husband made you pinky swear that you would never do another opportunity. You find some of my training, and then you go on and you become $1 million earner, you retire your husband, and now I don't know what you're up to. Is that rough?
Of course, this is Ray's golden ticket, right? He found a woman who was putting herself, one second, my microphone, was putting herself and her family into debt every single month, right? And we're going to learn that they were at a stage in their life where they really needed to save, they needed to be conscientious about money. And she just put her family into debt. The moment she finds Ray's training, she magically becomes $1 million earner. My question is, how much money was she losing in that 17 years in network marketing? How long did it take her to actually truly break even? Not just make more than she spent, but to make up for the 17 years of debt that she was in. Because it's not going to be automatic. What if she lost $5,000 a year in her network marketing companies? And it's probably more than that. Yeah, he thinks his every word is gold. Exactly. His words are less than, I can't say that word, pyrite. And she doesn't look very old. How has she been in network marketing? How is she in network marketing for 17 years? But she's been in it for longer. Let's just let her share her story.
Roughly accurate.
You got it. You got it.
It's
the
amazing.
last couple years has been a whirlwind. I've been doing all kinds of things since
Yeah.
then, but I can definitely update you on all the things, and I can definitely share the story of what got me to where I am today.
And first, I don't want to move forward. I just want to say that I just want to make sure, because I want to make sure it's accurate.
Yeah.
And now I want to make sure, okay, if you're on here tonight And you've been at this thing for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 17 years, and you've never made more money than you spent. You too might become $1 million earner.
Of course, you too might become $1 million earner. So all you need to do is put yourself and your family into significant debt, and then you have to find Ray's training, and then Ray will help you not be in horrendous debt anymore. Now, he's probably like salivating at this story, right? Because he can say now, well, what's her name? Amy? What's her name? Amy? He can say, well, look at what Amy did. Amy stuck it out. She persevered and believed in herself, and now she is a $1 million earner. He says something along the lines of, wish for what you want as if it were, or wish for your future like it's your past or something. So you have to believe that what you want in the future has already happened, and then you'll act like it's happened. So all you have to do is just wish to make $1 million like it's already happened, and you will magically make $1 million. Off topic, but not. We're approaching winter, and I'm not going to be able to use the outdoor lighting very much longer. I hate having lighting other than just the overhead lighting when I'm streaming, but I might need to start doing that soon because I just started and it's already dark in here. Oh, pirate equals fool's gold. Gotcha. Yeah, stick it out for your upline. That's literally it. Think about the motive that people have when they're telling you to stick it out. They don't actually care whether or not you make money. They just care that you stay in the company. Just stay in the company and make them more money. Hey, Monica. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining.
That's what Amy did. Like, think about this seriously. Like, I think about when I think about your story, I think about the wife of James Dyson. Right. So Dyson made 7,000 vacuum models that didn't work. Can you imagine being his wife? Right. You're just like, dude, get the stuff out of the garage already. You're not making any money. Like you gotta
be swear you won't make another vacuum.
No more vacuums. No more vacuums. And so your story brings so much hope to so many people. How many people are experiencing some hope, man? Like, your story is seriously, it's so good. It's so powerful, and it brings so much hope to so many people. I just love sharing it. And so please,
what kind of harm happened to her relationship after being an MLM and losing money every month for 17 years? Because apparently this story is so inspiring, so amazing, but her relationship likely struggled. Their dynamics likely struggled because her actions were leading their family to go into debt because they didn't have children for those whole 17 years. But I just can't stand it. It's motivational because she stuck it out in a system that's designed for her to fail, even though it likely hurt her relationship. Hello. What did I miss so far? Ray being Ray. This whole video is about the woman who lost money for 17 years straight in MLM. And if you look at Ray when she tells her story, he just thinks it's so brilliant. And in my brain, it's so twisted. Being in debt is not something to be proud of. Exactly. Paying off your debt is something to be proud of, for sure. Yeah, it's not something to brag about. Right? I'm trying to think of all instances of debt. Medical debt, that's also not something to brag about too, because that is the American medical system screwing people over, because it shouldn't cost tens of thousands of dollars to have a baby without insurance, but it does. So medical debt isn't something to brag about either. Maybe a mortgage? You could be like, oh, I got a good rate on my mortgage. I don't know.
Kind of stolen some of it from you. I probably should have verified.
It's okay.
Go ahead. Where were you at? How did this go down?
So first of all, I want to recognize my T-shirt, Faith.
Yeah, I love it.
That is definitely a big factor in what, all of this, having strong faith and beliefs and all the things. First and foremost, give it to God because He does orchestrate lots of things, and
all the things. What is all the things? Have faith in God because he gives you all the things. All you have to do is just believe that God has some magical plan for you and you will make $1 million in network marketing. I agree. Paying it off is something to be proud of and be happy. Exactly. Oh, this is frustrating me already. And it's been 3 minutes and it's sped up. So it hasn't even been 3 minutes. It's been like 2 minutes.
Even the things that are happening, to you are for you. All the struggles, even when you think it's the worst thing of life and you can't see through it, there's always something on the other side that you're like, dang, thank you. Okay, thank you. I see it now. You'll see it.
I'm like making a lot of noise. I hate that idea of everything happens for a reason. It doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. I'm sure we can all think of examples in our life where something really shitty happened and there wasn't some kind of magical lesson. You did not feel like you were a better person because of something that you went through. I'll give you an example. My thyroid ballooned and expanded in size, took up my whole neck, had to get the sucker removed. There was nothing positive about that. And then I had a year after when my hormones were just up and down the whole time, right? That happened to me. It did not happen for me. The whole thing was awful. The whole thing was awful, right? And to have someone sit there and say, oh, there's always a reason something happens. There's always a positive lesson. No, there's not. Sometimes we get sick. Sometimes shitty things happen to us, and there's no positive lesson. Yeah, they're making it sound like some heroic triumph. Hey, coconuts, how are you? Nice to see ya. Yeah, like she's some sort of hero and we should be inspired by her. No, thank you.
You'll see it down the road. And my story is exactly, that. So actually, I've been in network marketing for 27 years now. Okay. The first 17.
How old is she? 27 years? I think she said earlier that she started when she was 19. I can't do math. Let's do some math. 27 plus 19. So she's only 46 years old. So her entire adult life, she's been in network marketing companies. And she's made to believe that it was a positive thing that she put her family into debt for over a decade, almost 2 decades.
Years of my journey, I was in and out of at least 10 different companies. I would join a company, would spend more money than I was making, quit, join another one, spend the money, nothing would happen, quit, join another one. I did that for 17 years. Finally, my husband said, enough is enough. We were pregnant with our 3rd child.
She keeps thinking that, oh, it's the company. It's the company. I'm going to go to the next company. I'm going to go to the next company. Maybe the comp plan isn't what she thought it would be. Maybe the products weren't as good. Maybe the leaders aren't as good. It's always the company. It's never the industry. Because every new company you go to, it is going to be the one life-changing company, the one thing that you were missing. And then you quickly realize, hey, I'm past my fast start period. I'm not making like double the amount of commissions or income off of the people I sell to or the people who join me. I'm not making any money now. And then you go to the next one. You go to the next one and continue on and on. Yeah, sometimes shitty things happen and it just sucks. And there's no reason. And there's no lesson either. Exactly. Oops. Hi, Lisa. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining.
Unexpectedly, we couldn't really afford the house we were in. We were trying to figure out how we were going to pay our bills.
So she was pregnant with their baby. What did she say? They're pregnant with a baby. I don't know if they already had kids. They were in a house they couldn't really afford. They were strapped financially. Remember that. Yeah, she needed Ray. He's a magic ticket. Exactly, Anastasia. No, thank you.
And then we came up with a strategy of how to save ourselves rich. And the strategy was, one of the strategies, we had many strategies on how we were going to stay in the house and that we had overbought and overspent and we really shouldn't be in here at the time, but we did it and we wanted to raise our kids here. So we were going to, one of them was, pinky swear, I'm never going to do another network marketing company again. Swore, gave my word. Okay, because he's like, please, that will save us so much money if you just stop doing them. Just please stop doing them. And he begged me. And I said, no problem.
Why are you laughing, bro? It's not funny. A family in financial ruin, and the partner is saying, "Hey, I would like it if you stop doing this because we need to stay in our house that we bought together for our family." And then why is Ray laughing? It's not funny.
You got it. You got it. But I was looking for a product to solve a problem. I found this product and it was a network marketing product. And I had a decision to make. What do I do? How do I buy this? Well, the best way to buy it to save my husband money was to become a distributor because it was the best discount. So, of course, I'm going to go for the distributor. I was saving him money because I was going to buy products anyway. I had a problem, found the solution, needed it. So, behind his back, I joined and I didn't tell him for about a month because I gave a little bit of time. I was planting seeds, about my problem and problems. And then when it came time to like tell him about what he was going to see on the visa.
Your husband kindly says, I don't know if it was kindly, but we don't know the dynamics of the relationship. Your husband says, please do not join another MLM for our financial well-being. She goes behind his back and does it anyway and keeps it from him for a month. Maybe I'm dramatic. I would look at that as a betrayal. Not divorce worthy, at least in my opinion, but I would feel betrayed. Monica, I would have divorced her. So maybe I'm not being dramatic. Maybe you guys agree with me. Yeah, complete lack of respect for her partner. Exactly. Not an inspiration, but a horrible warning to others. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being her partner and thinking that you came to an agreement with each other for the financial well-being of your family, the future of your family, and she goes behind your back, not only goes behind your back, but in my opinion, tries to manipulate you into thinking that it's a positive thing. She's planting the seeds about how amazing the product is and says, oh, well, you're going to see it on your visa now. So I might as well tell you. Where's the respect? Where's the communication? I don't know. I would feel betrayed. And I would feel like there's a lack of trust in my relationship. And why is this kind of behavior being seen as positive? Like, why are we being encouraged to keep things from our partner to go back on our word? Exactly. Exactly, Monica.
I found a solution. You're going to see it on the card. I spent a little money. I did this thing, and so I was trying to play it off that I just did a thing. And he just went stone faced and he goes, I know what you're doing. And I was like, what? Like a good discount. You never know what could happen. He was like, no.
Wipe that smirk off your face. It's not funny. This is how MLMs can ruin relationships. And Anastasia, think how much she lost over the years. Think about the strain that relationship has been under for all those years. Think about how her partner must have felt when, in my opinion, she betrayed him and she lied to him. And he's sitting there laughing because it's his golden ticket, right? She was in debt for 17 years and then magically found him, and now she's a millionaire. So, of course, everyone is going to want to join Raymond.
Like, hard stopped me, was like, no. He's like, you've done this so many times. Like, no. He's like,
this is year 17.
17, like literally 17 years of this. And he was like, no, you can't do this. Like, for one, he gave me all these reasons. One, nobody's going to believe you. You've sold everything under the sun. Who's going to believe you? You can't, like, you don't make any money. You're not going to succeed. Like, literally, he was bashing me. He's like, no, no, no. And the more he was doing that, he actually likes to take credit to this day, because I have to admit, the more he was telling me no and then I couldn't, the more I was getting my back up, like, yes, I can. Like, I was
we don't know the dynamics. We don't know how he was saying that to her. It doesn't seem like he was bashing her, in my opinion. It seems like he was expressing concern, but we don't know the tone of voice or what he was saying. But we know in MLM, anyone who is questioning the opportunity or who thinks it's not a sustainable business model is bashing, is a hater. There's no room for someone in the middle to say, I love you, I respect you, but this worries me. I want what's best for you. This is not it. There's nothing in the middle. There's nothing in the middle. So instead of the husband being a concerned spouse who loves his partner, he is a basher and he is a hater. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. It's not funny.
only buying it for the discount. Literally, I wanted the discount. with the hopes in the back of my head, maybe something could happen. Even if I sold enough just to even it out and I cost no money, I just make enough to buy the product, right? That was in my head. But the more he was telling me, you can't do this, I was like, oh, yeah, I can. So I said to him, I said, well, you can't tell me what I talk to my friends about. If I decide to tell my friends about what I'm doing, like, you can't control my conversations. And he was like, well, you have me there. So he kind of said, you do your thing, do what you're going to do, leave me out of it. I want to hear nothing about it. He was really mad. And I said, fine. And I was literally.
She's making it seem like was a manipulative situation. Like, whoa, you can't control who I talk to my friends about, what I talk to my friends about. Now, as I said, we don't know what the conversation was about. We don't know his tone of voice. But again, we've seen people in Beachbody say, I think it was in a Kiki Chanel video a million years ago, if your husband, if your spouse doesn't want you to join this MLM, if you have to ask your husband for permission, then you might be in an abusive relationship. Anytime a spouse is questioning anything, they're automatically a bad partner and potentially abusive, according to a lot of the incredibly toxic team calls we've seen all over the internet. I'm not saying you need permission from your spouse to do things, but you do need teamwork and communication to get to a resolution that works for both. What she did, going behind his back, I think you don't need permission unless something you're doing gets in the way of your ability to contribute to the household in the way that you agree to, right? If you agree, you and your spouse or your partner agree that you're splitting all the expenses down the middle, or maybe you're doing a certain percentage of your bi-weekly paycheck goes to certain expenses, and something you're doing gets in the way of that, then that's when I think you should ask or have a conversation, right? But there also needs to be a discussion. There needs to be boundaries put in place. Like, oh, if it's something under a certain amount of money, we don't need to talk about it. You can just do it whatever you want, right? And there needs to be communication, like Monica said, and there needs to be an agreement on financial boundaries so you can make sure that you, as a partnership, as a team, can take care of the things you need to take care of. And it seems like her continuing on in her ways in an MLM, when they were in a house they couldn't afford, about to have a baby, she wouldn't have been able to take care of her responsibilities. Oh yeah, what she said going behind his back tells me everything I need to know about her. A person like her is not someone I would like to have as a spouse. Exactly. So the message is, it's okay to do something like this behind your partner's back because it may turn out well in the end. Well, but what about when it doesn't and you wind up in even more debt? Yes, or divorced. This is not a thing that we should be telling people to do on the internet. My parents will be together 50 years. 50 years in October. They discuss any purchase over 100. Yeah, and I'm sure for some couples, it doesn't need to be 100. Some might be like 500 or 1,000 or something, right? It all depends. Depends on your financial responsibilities, your financial position, where you are in your retirement savings, whatever, right? But you establish the boundary, and then you don't overstep the boundary without communication, right? Because you could say, oh, I don't know, you're not overstepping the boundary if you're communicating, right? Maybe you want the maximum amount to go up, right? Maybe you're like, I think it should be 500 instead of 100. You discuss it with your spouse. You don't just go make the change and you're like, whatever, I'm going to make it 500 even though we agreed on 100. No, you discuss it.
On bed rest, I had to stop working. I had to lay in the couch in my bathrobe, and I just went balls to the wall, started texting everywhere and talking to everybody. Sorry, I just had to plug in my laptop. The battery, I didn't realize. I'm gonna catch it in 2 seconds. One sec. Sorry, guys. Real life here. This is how we roll. Okay, boom, we're in. Okay, so we're back in action. So I was laying on my couch, just like talking to everybody, doing my thing. And a long story short, because I know we only have 10 minutes, but I ended up being the first person in all of Canada to hit the top of the comp plan. I was the first in my country.
What's your company? I want to know your company. They never tell you their company. And of course, she's going to say now, look where I am, right? I was in debt for 17 years. I have a spouse who did not want me to stay in the industry. I was bedridden. I was sick. I was extremely pregnant. And look, I just laid on my couch and I made it to the top of the comp plan, and so can you. You're also not making any money for years and years. Just stick with it, and you too can be me. My parents do get together and discuss major purchases. They're in their 70s. Aww. They have been together too for more than 50 years. Aw, that's so cute. 50 years. Wow. That's a lot of years.
And then I was one of the first, I think the second, to become $1 million earner. And since then, I've made over 5 million Canadian now. I'm up to the 5 million. It's been a good ride. Needless to say, my husband is now.
It's a good ride. Only 5 million Canadian dollars. How long did it take you to get yourself out of debt? Because say it took you 2 years to make $1 million Canadian dollars, but what if you were losing $5,000 a year? I don't know how to do math. Say it was $5,000 a year times 17, $85,000. $85,000. Let's just say $1,000 a year, $17,000. It probably took you a while to get yourself out of the almost 2 decades of freaking debt, ma'am.
He's on
Your
board.
biggest fan.
Yes, he actually works the business with me now. They'll actually, to update you, the last, I guess, 6 months or so. It's been a couple years now. I'm an actress by trade, like since I was 19. As long as I've been doing marketing, I've been acting. So my credits on IMDb under Amy Kerr, that's my maiden name. So you'll see the TV shows and stuff from my maiden name.
Girl, just go act. That's cool. What was her name? Amy Kerr? Just go act. Why are you in network marketing? Amy Kerr? IMDb. Amy Kerr. She was an Outlander, Under One Roof. Looks like a porno. I don't know if it's a porno. It says sex with hot robots. I don't know if that's a porno. Yeah, she's in TV shows. Cool, like a bunch. She's been in a bunch of TV shows. Recently, the most recent one on IMDb was 2022. Fabulous. Amy Kerr, Kerr. Act. Why are you in network marketing? And of course, her husband was the biggest skeptic ever, her biggest basher. And now, not only does he support her, but he runs the team for her because she's so busy acting. She was extremely lucky it finally worked for her, but many people are not so lucky. Exactly. I feel bad suggesting it was a porno, but it is literally called Sex with Hot Robots. I'll show you guys her IMDb. There it is. I think this is Amy Kerr because she told us how to find her. 70s as well. They're way on a trip for Dad's 75th, Mom's 70th, and their 50th anniversary. Oh, that's so cute. Congrats to them. That's amazing.
Name, but I landed a contract for 2 TV shows, and so I have been working on them the last couple of years because I've been doing 2 seasons for 2 shows back to back. I'm actually going to camera tomorrow. The next day, I'll be on camera for the new season 4 of another show that I'm doing. So I've been breathing back into. But here's the beautiful thing about network marketing. This is the beautiful thing, is that I worked really, really hard. So I've been in my company. Tomorrow is my anniversary. I've been in my company for 9 years.
Wow.
And I'm still number 1 in all of Canada.
Whoa.
I've been number 1 since I hit it. I hit number 1 probably 7 years ago, 6 years ago, and I'm still number 1 this whole time. Wow. And I've never lost my rank. I'm top rank, and I've never lost my rank ever. So it's been a really good journey. And here's the thing about it is that you build your business, and you're allowed to it's like flexible income, you know, like my husband decided to jump in because I built the foundation so hard for so long. I built it. And then he's like, honey, live your dream is acting. You've been doing this your whole life. Like, don't let the contracts go. Like, you need to go do that.
Nice.
And I knew I couldn't lead my team effectively being on these
Yeah.
shows. Some of them were really long hours back to back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work being on TV. So he took over my team, and he's been doing an amazing job taking over. I like to say our team now. It started off as my baby, but we've joined forces, and he
Oh,
is
good.
doing amazing. He's down there right now at our yearly convention. He's there right now in Orlando.
Wow.
She was able to hit the top rank of the company. She's never gone down rank. She's been able to maintain her number one spot in the company. She's never gone down from a woman who was in debt, was not making any money for almost 2 decades, right? So she is the most relatable person. If she can do it, you can do it too. If her husband goes from bashing her and not wanting her to do it to running her entire team for her, then your spouse, who's not supportive, who wants you to quit, they can also turn it around too. And they can also be supportive. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So he's
So
taking
awesome.
care of things. Yeah. So we really decided to, it's funny how he was the non-believer, and now he's actually working the business and taking care of it. So it's a beautiful story of what can happen. And it's a true story, and it's a miraculous story, because I never would have thought it would be me. I always looked at the people in the companies like that, earn the cars, earn the trips, you know, and here I've done that. And it's like, is that really me? That happened to me? Because I only thought it could only happen to everybody else. I didn't think that could happen to me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. You know, I used to do nails and audition.
Like Monica said, she's very lucky that it worked out for her, that despite what I think is a betrayal of her husband, right? She lied, deceived her husband. Despite that, they did not get divorced. They didn't seem to have any major issues in their relationship. Despite that, that's not automatically going to happen for everybody, right? It's not a beautiful story. She's very lucky. She's very lucky that her marriage didn't end. She's very lucky that they still have a roof over their head and that they have the resources they need to raise their family. It's not a beautiful tale. Precautionary tale. Exactly, Monica. Exactly.
Do my auditions, and like, I know, you know, it's just crazy. Wow. You got to have faith. But I'll tell you one thing, because I know that like Ray's faith-based, and I'm a Christian myself. And I remember in my journey, I remember getting on my knees, and I asked so much for like, how do I lead my team? What do I need to do? It wasn't for me. I wasn't praying. I knew I needed to help people, and helping people, obviously it helps me, but it was about my people, my team. Yeah. And I asked, what can I do? What do I need to do? And every day, Ray, when I first started network.
Of course, now God's in her business. Yeah, her acting credits probably help her recruit, of course. Hey, Tanya, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, her acting credits. Oh, look, I've been in this show. I've been in that show. Wow, you should join me because I'm in shows. And I looked up while she was talking what the Sex with Hot Robots thing is, and it's a 10-minute mockumentary. Mockumentary, yes. 10-minute mockumentary. And I don't remember what she was saying. What was she just saying? Because I had something I wanted to say, but now I can't remember. Let's go back a little bit. I'm sorry, friends.
And I asked so much for like...
Oh, yes. She asked God to help her through her business. She asked God for guidance on how to help her team, not only about her, not just her, but her team. But what they always forget to acknowledge is that when your team ranks up, you rank up, you make more money. So you are not being altruistic or charitable when you're trying to help your team, because you have ulterior motives. You want them to stay in the system for as long as possible. You need certain people to stay at their ranks for as long as possible so you can continue to make money off of the suffering of other people. Yeah, religious manipulation, right? Yeah, she's romanticizing her story, and it's super dangerous. Exactly. Hi, Aaliyah. It's nice to see you. Long time no live. Just coming in. She is in very deep. The religious manipulation is so sad. Exactly. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the fact that she can't see this makes me sad. Exactly. And the sad part is she seems to have a career in acting. She probably has talent because she's in TV shows. She should go act in TV shows and make a living, be creative. Instead, like someone said, was it Anastasia maybe? Instead, maybe potentially using her acting resume to recruit people to bring them into an unethical business structure where they make no fucking money. It makes me frustrated when people have real skills in something, real talent, a knack for something, and instead of doing that something, they are in an exploitive industry. Is that how you say that word? Exploitive? Exploitive? Exploitative? No. I don't know how to say that word.
How do I lead my team? What do I need to do? It wasn't for me. I wasn't praying. I knew I needed to help people, and helping people, obviously, it helps me, but it was about my people, my team.
Yeah.
And I asked, what can I do? What do I need to do? And every day, Ray, when I first started network marketing, like not first started, when I first started this company 9 years ago, my journey, because I really wanted to do it so much and I didn't know what to do. It was Ray's trainings that I would regurgitate, and I would.
Thank you, Monica. That is so generous. I really appreciate you. Thank you. That's so nice. She's got a huge cross on her shirt, like she's the Joan of Arc. I'm a Christian, and she's following Ray, not Jesus. Yes. And I think unless you are working in a church, unless you are working in a Christian, a Catholic-based charity, that like the religion is in the mission statement, or yeah, a Christian charity, whatever, religion does not need to be prevalent in the workplace, in my opinion. There needs to be space. People need to be able to pray when they need to do their ceremonies when they need to, of course, in the workplace. But I don't think there should be a huge religious presence in the workplace, in my opinion. A lot of actors have to do, a lot of side hustles because of their schedule, so they can be desperate. It's a hard profession to make money and break in. Okay, that's fair. I don't know much about that, obviously, so thank you for that. Maybe I take back what I said a little bit. Because, yeah, she could have lots of talent and be very creative, but it's probably hard to make an actual living. So it's easy to prey on that desperation. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Got some roasted chicken ramen. Gonna be hitting the shower soon. Yummy. Thank you for visiting, and I hope you have a good shower. I love showering. It's so nice.
Pretend it was my words. I'm like, I'm so smart. Like I would literally take his trainings and pretend they were mine because I wanted to seem like I was a smart one. But they're his training.
So no creativity in network marketing. You just take the guru's training and pretend that it's your training and use that to recruit everybody.
So, but like he was the first one. And then when he asked me to be on stage, my heart was so full because he was somebody that mentored me and he didn't even know it. And then when you brought me
She's talking about when Ray brought her on stage. Her heart was full.
On stage that time, it was such a beautiful, because that was the first time I ever spoke in front of a large audience. And so in person. So it was such a beautiful full circle moment. So lots of full circle moments. It's amazing. But a couple keywords that I really like to share with people, if you really want to have a takeaway, if you want a tangible or a takeaway, would be write these words down. So decide, because I made a decision that day because I was in 10 different companies and I never really decided to do anything with any of them. I mean, the only decision I made was signing up, but I didn't decide to do anything except this time. I decided that I was going to make it. I made my husband a promise. If I don't make it in this company, I'll never do it again. And that's when he said, fine, go do it. That was my decision. It was that moment that changed everything. It was when I made the decision. Okay, so decide.
I'm pretty sure Beachbody uses the same set of words. Because when I heard her start to say it, I was like, I know what the other two words are. Do you guys know what the other two words are if you're into Beachbody shit? And of course, she was in debt for almost 2 decades, not because of the unethical business structure that's designed for her to fail. No, it's because she didn't decide anything. She didn't decide that she wants it enough to sacrifice. So of course, we're blaming the victim. There's never any attention on the business structure itself. Ooh, yummy, a cup of noodles. Ooh. coachable equates to being easily brainwashed and not questioning anything. We've learned in the Amway videos, you need to submit to your upline. They literally say submit to your upline. You can't question anything. You have to run your business in the exact way that your upline tells you to. Oh, yeah, usually Ray does not let people talk that much. That's a good question. Or not a good question, good point. That's a good point. What MLM is she in? They never tell us. I would love to know. Yes, this is Ray Ray. It is Ray Ray, our favorite coach. Is he my favorite? Like, unironically, unsarcastically, I'd say my favorite one, the one that I don't mind watching, is Frasier. I'm trying to think of the one that I dislike the most. I don't know. I have to think about the one I dislike the most. Who are your least favorite ones?
But then something that comes with the decision is the commitment. You have to commit to that decision, because it's really easy to give up. It's really easy to change your mind. It's hard, walk away. But when you actually commit to your decision, it takes a lot of grit, a lot of resilience, right? To have that commitment, because committing is hard. People have commitment problems. We see it every day.
There's never anything tangible. There's never anything tangible that can be actually measured. Nothing's quantifiable, because how are we going to prove that we did not decide and we did not commit, right? It's like, no, I am committed. I missed out on time with my children, with my spouse. I did exactly what you told me to, and nothing changed. Well, you just didn't commit hard enough. You didn't decide that you wanted the change. There's no way to prove that we didn't do it. Oh, you guys think, yeah, Courtney Shortney, Rain Colleen, Eric Worre. Oh, you know what I think? The Beach Boss influencers. I dislike what they teach the most, I think. But all good ones. All good ones. It's a whole new world. I remember when I started to want to do my own videos on here, I started with Beachbody, and then I was just on Facebook and I saw Fraser Brooks on a Facebook ad, and I was thinking, what the heck is this? There are MLM coaches, and then I just found all the coaches, and I started looking at all the coaches, and I was just shocked that the industry even exists.
Relationships, faith, all the things. People have trouble, business. I had trouble committing. 17 years worth. I didn't make decisions. I didn't commit, but that's what changed this time. Because people ask me, what changed for you? And I'm giving you my secrets. This is, God honest, I can't give you anything more than this is what changed for me. I made a decision. What I was going to do. I committed to that decision and then followed with the success. The other 3 words were dream. For the first time in a company, I decided to dream. What would it be like if I got to the top? Nice. What would it be like if I earned the car? What would it be like if I earned it? What would it be like if I retired my husband? What would it be like? I never dreamed like that in any of the other companies I was in. I never dreamed. And then with dream is,
write it on your fucking vision board, put it on Post-it notes, and stick it on your computer so you see it every day. Manifest it. Meditate and say, I will make $1 million. I will retire my husband. Does your husband want to be retired? Does he like his job? Maybe he doesn't want to be retired. I wouldn't want to be retired at my age now. I'm not going to say how old I am, right? I don't want to be retired now. I want to keep working. I want to make more money. I want to expand my resume more. I want to contribute financially to my household. Not everyone feels the same way, and that's wonderful. We're all different. We're all unique, but not everyone has the dream of not working. Oh, Preacher's Wife, Tony Robbins, for sure. She manifested the money, and after 17 years it happened. No, but she didn't manifest the money at the beginning. That's why she wasn't making any, because she didn't decide, she didn't commit, she didn't dream. She didn't dream. I've been watching more videos of people escaping Scientology, and they think he might be making his own cult. He's in a high Thetan level in Scientology. Is this Grant Cardone? Once again, Ray isn't really listening, just the same nice and pretending to pay attention. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I was thinking of a solely MLM coach, but there's a lot of people who are just self-help gurus who also talk to network marketing companies too. So that's a good point. I didn't even think of them. Yeah, I retired my husband. What if my husband wants to work? Shocker.
The other word is believe. So let alone did I not only dream, but I never believed I could do any of it, have any of it. Like I never had any belief that anything would happen. There was no
Yeah.
belief system that followed the dream.
Mm.
So when you dream and you believe in your dreams, because this journey, when I started this 11th company, I dreamt so hard and I was so convicted of my dreams and I believed in them so hard that nobody could shake me.
Mm.
I was unshakable, right? My belief, unshakable belief. My belief was so unshakable and I was unstoppable because of it. So that is what's different as well. So different.
Mm.
And that's when you will achieve. So these 6 words: decide, commit, succeed, dream.
Decide, commit, succeed is what Beachbody says. Isn't that their fucking saying? Decide, commit, succeed. And she's just making it sound so easy. And there's nothing, none of this means anything. Apparently, dreaming is different than believing, is different than succeeding, or whatever. I can't even remember what she fucking said because it's all garbage. There's nothing about how we actually build our business. There's nothing about how we grow our social medias, how we be a good salesperson, how we have good sales conversations. No, it's bullshit about our manifestation telling us that our mindset isn't good enough. And that's why we're in outrageous debt that we can't get out of. It's all our fault. It's all our fault. No one else's. No, we know that's not the case. And it just makes me so mad when I hear people talk like this, when we know that only a few people make money in these companies because that's how it's designed. And people like this, who are apparently at the top of their company, know this. They know it. Yes, her husband now works for her. You mean Amy's? Yes, her husband works for her. He's a high-level Scientologist. His children are homeschooled under his own homeschool program. Ooh. Say unshakable one more time, lady. Oh, you think she's in Beachbody? Because maybe Beachbody stole Decide, Commit, Succeed from someone else, from another company, but I don't know. I don't know. I would love it. I would love it if they just said the company they're in so we don't have to guess. And then you find them on LinkedIn or something and you don't actually see what the company is. Like they don't actually say it. They'll just say entrepreneur or something. Good point, Lisa. Good point.
Believe, achieve. Those are the 6 words that I like to say. That is my mantra, my personal mantra. I preach it. Like if you want to hear me share what happened for you, what changed for you, that is the formula.
Nice.
Right there. And yeah, and you, if you try it, you make a decision today, be really clear, commit, because it gets hard, but if you're committed, you're not going to give up. If you dream it and you're believing it, you're not going to give up. You stay the course because things go up, business goes up and down, and all your goal, you'll go up and down and in and out, sideways, left, right, all things. It's all going to happen. I'm telling you, 17 years. 17 years, I didn't give up.
So good. Amy,
So, yeah.
Amy, I mean, you can't see the comments, but Amy Murphy, everyone. I mean, seriously, if you ain't fired up after that, like check your pulse, call the emergency room or something. I mean, that unbelievable. Thank you, Amy. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. I would love to chat with you afterwards privately. I have so much that's going on right now. I'd love to share with you. So much divine intervention.
For sure.
God is working in mysterious, not mysterious, amazing ways. And I just want to share some stuff personally. I'll share some voice notes with you if you like.
Yes, I wanted to. I totally want to.
There's more coming. Also, there's more to share with you, but this was
sure.
for your people right now. This is where I'm at right now. So yeah.
Yeah. And I totally get it because it's been a few years since we really connected. And I prayed about this, Top Earner Success School, and I have
Top Earner Success School. Is that an upcoming video, right, Higdon? Top Earner Success School. Top Earner Academy? Is that what it is? Is he still considering himself a preacher or whatever the F, Monica asks? I think so. Oh, this is from 2014. Top Earner Success School. Does he have it in his... No. What is the Top Earner Success School? Does anybody know what that is? Oh, Higdon University. Ooh. Maybe this would be another video that we can do. But it doesn't tell us anything about it. Boo! I want to know what the course is about. Whatever, we'll figure that out later. We'll figure it out later. He's cringy creepy. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I looked at her Facebook and I want to know the MLM. Why don't they tell us their MLM? Monica, you said this before. If we're so proud of our company, why don't we say the name of our company? What a concept.
Guest speakers. I'm like, okay. And so Amy Murphy, I'm like, Amy Murphy, I haven't talked to her in years. Okay. And so God wanted you on here. So I'm glad you said yes.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Ray. And thank you to everybody. And I
Yes.
wish you all the best. Don't give up on your dreams. Remember, decide,
Amen.
commit, succeed, dream, believe, and go achieve, you guys.
Boom. Boom. I love it. I love it.
Boom.
So we have another guy.
Just because you say boom doesn't mean that it was actually something of value. Sorry, Raymond. Boom. She said 6 words together that doesn't actually mean it, that don't actually mean anything. And then Ray says boom.
Yes, believe it or not, like this is incredible. Thank you, Amy. Amazing. I do want to say 2 things about what Amy shared. What's interesting is, and I don't know the official count, but I had been in 10, 11, 12 companies, whatever. And I'd had, I don't know, to be honest, I don't think that I'd spent more than I made, but I hadn't made much. All right. Some of them I made absolutely nothing at. Some of them I made a few thousand a month. I worked up to that. But what's interesting about what she said is I never decided to the level I did in any of those companies like I did with the company I became the number 1 incomer of. I was going to make it work. This thing was going to work.
Yeah, how many people have said the exact same thing, thought in the exact same way about the companies that they're joining, and then it just does not work? What if someone is dreaming, believing, achieving, succeeding, whatever the fuck, they're doing what Amy just said, right? And then nothing's working. And of course, now his story is aligning with her story, that all the companies he was in before he became the top income earner, he just didn't believe. He didn't decide, right? And that's why he wasn't the top earner. And then once he finally decided, then that's when he became rich, of course. So, of course, his story magically aligns with her story. Yeah, apparently God wanted her to come on his show, right? Crash on my friend's couch. I know his made up stories thanks to Julie. Nice. Oh, she thinks she's in Monate? Interesting. Oh, are those the tiny violins, Monica? That's funny.
They were like in the other ones, some of them I had a little bit of decision, some more than others, but none of them had the level of commitment and decision I had with that one company. And then number 2, she mentioned I had never dreamed.
Maybe you were able to be the top income earner of that company because you were lucky, because maybe you got in a little bit early, or you've been in 10 MLMs previously and a lot of people followed you, so you're able to get to the top really quickly. Maybe, oh, my eyes are watering. What the heck? Maybe you had a bridge contract and that's how you got to the top of the company. Maybe it had nothing to do with your mindset and you were just lucky. She's an MLM coach too. Ooh, I'm gonna just make a note in my phone. Her name's Amy Murphy, right? Amy Murphy, MLM coach. And then I'll go look, because if I don't make a note, I will never do it. Amy Murphy. Can you guys hear the clicking on my phone? MLM. Okay, cool. Thank you. He always told the story of crashing on his friend's couch because he was broke. I remember. Yes, I remember that.
The cars or this. Well, we talked about that last week, mental rehearsal. God has taught me mental rehearsal, mentally rehearsing the things that you want to experience. He gave us that capacity, right? So, Mark 11:24 says, when ye pray, pray as if you've already received. Well, how do you do that? Through your imagination, right? Through mental rehearsal, through being gratitude.
So imagine that you're a millionaire and you will magically become a millionaire, because that's how life works. Like Monica says, you will get rich through osmosis, right?
To being grateful for the thing that you want as if you already have it. Very powerful. And so was that a treat or what?
No.
Was that a treat? I mean, that was a treat. That was.
It was not a treat, sir. So what did we learn? I don't even remember. We've been here for almost an hour and I don't remember. We learned that it's a good thing in MLM to be in debt, to lose money for 17 years, but you keep going. Oh, hello, Lori. Popped in to say hi and Ray's preaching. This man fills me with wrath. I'm so happy you stopped in to say hi. And we're done. I'm just going to wrap up and then we're going to go on with our evening. We've learned that it's a good thing to be in significant debt. We've learned that it's a positive to lie to your spouse, to, in my opinion, betray him and join another MLM when you promised him you wouldn't. Yes, Aaliyah says to lie to your husband. We learn to lie to our spouse, to our significant other, and we learn that it's funny. We learn that a spouse, a partner who is worried for our well-being, even if they're saying it in a respectful manner, we learn that they're just bashing us, that they do not support us. We also learned that if we just stick it out long enough, we too can become $1 million earner, and our spouse, who was our biggest hater, our biggest detractor, will now be running our business for us. And we learned all we have to do is just imagine we have $1 million and we will have $1 million. Yes, that God is for MLM success. Exactly. Okay, I missed a bunch of comments up here. Yeah, we learned manifest and osmosis. We learned who to avoid. Yeah, to lie to your husband. I cannot stand his using Jesus to grift. Exactly. I got one of Daniel's t-shirts from her merch store, the one that says, I hate it here. Oh, good. That's so funny. I'm glad you got one of her shirts. Funny that a good Christian woman like her would have no problem lying to her husband. We learned that your boundaries that you establish with your spouse, with your partner, do not need to be respected, and you don't need to communicate when you feel like you need to break that boundary. No, just do it. Just hide it from him, and everything will be fine. We learn to completely disregard your spouse's feelings and concerns. Exactly. You guys feel me. This was great. I'm like flunking my hands around and making noise, and I got to be careful because my husband has stuff on his desk here and I don't want to mess it up. It's a pretty cool looking desk. Wish I could show you, but I'm not going to because it's his stuff. But it's cool. It looks really cool in here, and there's like LED lights and everything, and it's a cool ass office. But that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This was super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't know when I'm going to go live next. I haven't been going live very often lately. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to try at least once a week. I think that's a good goal. Thank you, Monica, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.